This is an original LP of Mono Love Supreme. I do reference this, so whenever I do any of these reissues, I do my best to get an original copy of the LP, and usually the labels will send me these. I'm trying to make the best record possible, but I'm also not trying to reinvent the wheel of a record that people have loved for 50 years. The reaction hearing the mono version of this is pretty interesting. The mono just has this different energy to it that I think it's really cool, and probably maybe a little bit more what Coltrane intended, in terms of feeling, in terms of the emotion that you get out of this recording. It's interesting for me to think about, we take stereo for granted, but this was like a brand new thing for them. They were all figuring it out, and I think he had a really unique take on it and how to be able to live in a world where a mono release and a stereo release had to exist side by side, and both were valid because a lot of consumers had one or the other. But if you go to like streaming or you go buy a CD, you're probably going to get the stereo version of most of these records. So I think it's really an interesting way to experience a record in a different way than you have before. On Love Supreme, there was really an added immediacy and kind of an energy to the mono, and I'd love to get a chance to hear that on some of the other Impulse Coltranes.